Travis Hunter to be an every down offensive player on Sunday. Well, looky here. All the doubters, all the people saying he's not going to play enough offensive snaps, Smitty. This guy's playing 100% wide receiver on Sunday. Situational corner, exactly as we predicted in the offseason. Come in, shut down, get back on the field, play wide receiver. Imagine this guy shutting down a situation or picking off the quarterback, staying on the field, and scoring a touchdown the next immediate play. He's playing 100% wide receiver on Sunday.
Hi, I'm worried William, and my mommy just warmed me up a hot pocket, and I've never even talked to a hot chick.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
Warning, warning. Cheat code activated.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show.
Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Jam. Call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
So we got that news. Amazing news, 100%. They call him 100% Hendy, or 100% Hunter. We got a HHH and Associate
Jam.
alert.
Call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and
So, and then we got a lot of other people in the chat right now, and I feel bad for them because they really think like CMC's like in the clear. CMC's expected to play, not a lock at this point, but he is questionable. So for all you in the chat, I see a few of you are like, where are all the haters now? CMC's come. Like, bro, he's questionable. Like, what are you talking about? Look at all these comments in the chat. I mean, I know you're Niner fans or CMC owners, but you guys are having this weird conversation amongst each other. I'm back. CMC's playing like I said. Where are all the haters at? He's questionable still, my boy. He's probably going to play. That's what the word is. McCaffrey wants to play. Shanahan has said something entirely different when asked about it. He said he's very concerned about it. McCaffrey told you last year there was nothing to be concerned about. He's telling you right now. Same time, same bat channel, same bat time, right before week 1. I'm fine. There's nothing to be worried about. And then all of a sudden he didn't play. So, I mean, you can take your celebration victory lap, but this is still a concern, not to mention he's walking into a game with a issue with his calf. He's literally feeling something going on with his calf, and you think there's not a problem? Okay, I've got a bridge to sell you. So, McCaffrey still questionable for week number 1. No worthy news yet, other than we're just waiting for, confirmation of what I believe to be, a separated shoulder that may have caused some damage either to the labrum or any part of that shoulder that will cause him to maybe have surgery. And if he has to have surgery, he could be out for the year. If it's something that's very minor, then, minor in terms of the damage, but seriously painful, it could be 4 or 5, 3 weeks. Your best case scenario is like 2 or 3 weeks. Imagine being mad that you don't have CMC, says Scrappy. I don't know what that feeling feels like, Scrappy. I don't. I feel so bad for all the Niner fans and especially the CMC owners, because they really just think they've been cleared of all risk. Look at this. Imagine being mad that you don't have CMC. You can only help so many people. You can only tell so many people from the rooftop. And
off he goes
and do your best
to the planet known as Uranus.
Godwin, nailed it. Mixon, nailed it. Cook, Hill, McCaffrey, just wait. Just wait. I'm not happy about this either. I'm not happy about that this guy's going to probably go out there and blow his Achilles tendon. I'm not. He should be sitting. This is a ridiculously stupid move by his coach, and it's a very stupid move by McCaffrey, who was smart enough to pull himself off the practice field because he felt his calf having an issue. His calf, which is a warning sign of an Achilles tendon blowout on an older player with mileage that exceeds any player we can actually document. And so you want him to go out there, all the CMC owners out there going, ha, he's back. Like, you are literally asking for something that you don't want to ask for. I'm telling you. He goes out there, he's going to get injured. Even if it's not this game, it's going to add up until it happens. He needs to rest any sort of calf issue he's having, period. Halliburton shouldn't have played in that game. He played. Busted his Achilles, blew it out. Why? Because he had a calf injury, and the calf is a warning sign that there's a greater problem downstairs in the Achilles tendon when you have Achilles tendon potential issues. Think what you want, you know. Come in here and take victory laps. If he says he's good, he's good. Is that really the Jolts? You aren't that naive, I hope. He said this last time. The Niners said this last time. I know this is what you want to be the case. I know as a Niner fan, this is the only thing you can hope for. But it's naive. It's very naive. Hendy or Waddle tomorrow, Smitty. I'm going Hendy. Why would you even ask this question, Don? Why would that question even arise? This one here from Emmanuel. Appreciate you saying flex start Harvey, Golden, or Hunter. I'm going to go probably Hunter off of this news that we're celebrating here today. Let's swing back over to Hunter, then we'll go back over to Christian McCaffrey. But this is the news from Adam Schefter. Jacksonville Jaguars are planning for Travis Hunter to be an every down wide receiver and situational corner, which is the exact wording practically that we used all offseason long in Sunday's regular season opener against the Carolina Panthers. League sources told ESPN. So this man is going to go out there and cook.
Let him cook.
Let him cook. Yeah, we'll get to the CMC ridiculousness in a second, and the oblivious, blinders, goggles, Niner goggles, Christian McCaffrey goggles, obliviousness, recklessness of a head coach, recklessness of a staff and training staff, just recklessness all around. It's completely reckless and careless to put him out there with any sort of even hint or smell of a calf or Achilles or any sort of issue that directly ties to the Achilles tendon. This guy is double bilateral chronic Achilles tendonitis and has a calf issue that required him to pull himself off the practice field, and he still practiced on the sideline without the team earlier today and yesterday. Pulled himself from practice on Thursday because of the calf, and he's going to go out there and play blindly. I just feel very, very badly for everybody in this. It's just insane. I feel very, very bad. It sucks because you watch it in the warning signs are here and no one's paying attention. What does it take to pay attention and see something like this coming? Halliburton, easy to see coming. Sit the man. He's got a calf injury. Sit the man. Achilles tendon blowout. Aaron Rodgers, calf injury, wearing his sleeve, goes out there, Achilles tendon blowout. McCaffrey, the most likely running back in the National Football League to blow his Achilles tendon. The most likely player in the National Football League to blow out his Achilles tendon, and he's walking out there with a calf injury into week one, blindly, hasn't been taking hits by 300 pounds. You think this guy's getting tackled in practice right now? Do you think that Christian McCaffrey is having one 300-pound lineman jump on his back and try and drive him into the ground in practice, let alone 2, 3, 4, driving into the pile? You think he's testing this calf injury or his Achilles tendon at all? He's just going to run out there on the field? It's going to happen. It's really frustrating, to be honest with you, to be sitting here trying to do the job for the San Francisco 49er training staff, trying to do the job for Shanahan and John Lynch, trying to make them more smart and very, very protective move and call for this guy. No, his coach does not care about his players. Shanahan with a torn UCL. Purdy, get out of the game. You just tore your UCL. Purdy can't even move his arm. They take him out of the game. They take him out of the game because he tore his UCL. What does Shanahan do? Runs him right back out there after the second string quarterback gets injured. He runs his torn UCL quarterback back onto the field to re-injure, to cause more inflammation. Purdy had to wait a little while to have his UCL surgery because Shanahan sent him out there with a torn UCL to try and finish a game that they had to take him out of because he tore his UCL. This coach is making reckless decisions all the time with his players. And to even consider playing. Now, we'll give Shanahan some credit because while Christian McCaffrey saying, I'm fine, I feel great, I plan to play, I always plan to play. Very careful wording. I always plan to play. Shanahan's labeling him as questionable, which maybe this guy, Shanahan or John or somebody is trying to look out for him. And Shanahan could easily make the call. We got to be 90 minutes away from this game before we know if McCaffrey's actually playing. Anybody in the chat going like this right now that's saying, oh, McCaffrey, he's back, he's playing, don't listen to... They're literally just chirping. And they don't even know what they're talking about. Could he play? Yeah, McCaffrey's saying, I want to play. That's the whole point of why we're here. I'm not saying McCaffrey is saying anything else. He says he's good. We know that. We've heard that. He's already said that. We've reported on that. I went live when he said that. We know McCaffrey says he feels great. But he pulled himself away from the team for now 2.5 days. So does it matter if he says he's great? I mean, some of these McCaffrey owners are just oblivious. And maybe his coach is gonna make and thinking about making the smart decision of sitting him. Christian McCaffrey, mark my words, Christian McCaffrey should not play on Sunday. And if John sends him out there, if Kyle sends him out there, they're making a grave mistake. As for this man, Travis motherfreaking Hunter, needs to be in all lineups. This guy is going to be a weapon on Sunday. This guy is going to be used in ways we haven't even thought of yet. And Liam Cohen, just so you know, is reshaping this entire offense, obviously, to be mirror and look very much like the Tampa Bay offense. T. Law very much set up to be the Baker Mayfield of this 2025 season, revamping a guy in T. Law who was as good of a prospect as really any quarterback to ever come out of college in quite some time. He was touted to be that guy. And he has shown us signs that he can be a very good quarterback. And T-Law's had some good finishes. He just has not had the proper coaching playbook system. And he's constantly having a revolving door at the coaching position and system level where it's new system, new coach, new system, new coach, new system. And while that's happening again this year, this is the right system. T-Law didn't run the ball at all last year. T-Law didn't check down or have short design manufactured plays at all last year, nor did he have the weapons to implement such a system. This year, T-Law is going to be doing very much the opposite of everything he's ever done. And T-Law is a good quarterback. T-Law is going to literally be dumping the ball off, short yardage plays, wide back throws, quick slants, screens, short yardage stuff, running with his legs. Baker Mayfield never ran the ball until Liam Cohen got a hold of the offense, and all of a sudden Baker's becoming a pretty mobile and solid running quarterback. Why do you think that is? What do you think is going to happen to T. Law, who didn't run at all really last year, or hasn't lately? he's going to be a solid quarterback on the ground. He's going to be a weapon. And Liam Cohen's going to have so much short yardage manufactured design plays for probably two of the best screen artist wide receivers in the league from the jump. BTJ as well as Travis Hunter will be catching so many quick slants and footballs at and around the line of scrimmage so that they can do the damage, and T-Law just delivers the ball, facilitates. Not that T-Law is not good enough to facilitate downfield, but T-Law facilitating at the line of scrimmage with all of these designed, manufactured short yardage plays. This guy, Travis Hunter, is going to catch one or two wide back type passes a game, minimum. One or two, maybe three, 2 to 3. So that's 3 receptions right there. That's 3 PPR points. Travis Hunter is going to catch at least 1 quick slant, maybe 2 quick slants a game. That's 4, 5 receptions now. And how many mid-range to deep balls might he get? Let's just call it 1 or 2. This is a guy that's locked in, and all those numbers together equal more than this, but I'm going to say 5.5 receptions per game. That is a very conservative number based on what I just mapped out. 5.5 a game times 17 games would be 93 receptions is what we're looking at for this man right here. Now, some of this will be short yardage stuff. Not saying he's burning and averaging 17.9 yards per catch, but let's call this 12 yards a catch. That is 11.22. Let's call this, let's go back a ways. 93 times 11 is 10.23. So 93 times 11 is 10.23, 11 yards a catch times 93 receptions. So 10.23 yards, conservative, 93 receptions. Let's call this 6 to 7 receiving touchdowns, 150 to 200 rushing yards, and at least 3 touchdowns rushing. So 3 rushing touchdowns. We'll just make this 7 receiving, 10 total scores, 150 to 200 rushing, 93 receptions, 10.23. This is a top 12 wide receiver in fantasy football. This is a weapon. This is a player that's going to go out there and ignite the league. And there's a real good chance he's in the Rookie of the Year running the entire season. There's a real chance he's in the running for Defensive Rookie of the Year and Offensive Rookie of the Year. In fact, I dropped $10 on that, or $20 on that. It pays like $1,200, I think, for the double on one ticket. This is a must start player. This is a must start player in 2025 week 1. Travis Hunter. You're putting Garrett Wilson on the bench for Travis Hunter, especially given the matchup. You're putting DK Metcalf on the bench for Travis Hunter. You're putting Travis Hunter into your wide receiver 3 spot unless you have something magnificent. Hendy, I would probably start over him. Obviously, Hampton or Ladd, you would have started over Travis Hunter already. Debo is even somebody that you're maybe contemplating sitting for Travis Hunter, although those are 2 very, very good options for this week that I love both, and I want to get both in my lineup. I'm not suggesting you sit Debo Samuel, but Travis Hunter is going to the moon, and if you're late to the party, this man's getting 100%. He's playing 100% every down wide receiver work on Sunday in week number 1 against the Panthers, and he's situational cornerback material in week 1. And McCaffrey, as we mentioned already, don't open your champagne bottles yet. Number 1, he's questionable. That means 50-50. According to his coach, not up to him. He doesn't get to say I'm playing. His coach does. And his coach is listing him as questionable. He says he expects to play. The word is that McCaffrey, as he's running around on the side of practice, not practicing on Friday, is optimistic. It's optimistic to reporters bearing a setback is likely to go, still questionable. We no longer deal with the probable tag, so it's questionable or he's playing. And so sometimes that probable, if I had to give the likelihood that he would draw the probable tag if it existed right now, there's a strong chance he probably would. But as of right now, he's questionable. So you're going to want to ignore anything that's talking about it otherwise, because that is what we call chirping. Smitty, I told you. Hey, we're back. Smitty. Like the comments earlier, we're back. CMC's back. I feel bad for some people. The goggles are so thick. Need suggestions. Full PPR. 2 QBs, Superflex. QBs are Lamar Jackson, McCarthy. Running backs are Josh Jacobs, Harvey, Pacheco, Tracy. Wide receivers, London, Evans, Olave, Kittle. This is a $20 hauler. Appreciate you, my boy.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Smitty, McCaffrey. Told you McCaffrey's back. Told you, Smitty. Garendo, yeah. Keep Garendo. I'll tell you that right now. And all those Brian Robinson Jr., everybody in here saying there's no risk for McCaffrey anymore, just obliviousness. Those are the same people that say Brian Robinson Jr. is by far and away the starter. I don't understand the hatred toward Garendo from Niner fans right now. It is wild to me. What Garendo delivered last year, I mean, Garendo is 5 times the running back that Brian Robinson Jr. is. And Brian Robinson Jr. most likely going to get hurt in this system. You know, the way that everybody else gets hurt. You think Garendo? You think Brian Robinson Jr. is immune to walking into this infectiously injury-riddled environment? I mean, he's going to get hurt the second game, if he's asked to start. Garendo will be relevant again, and Garendo will outperform Brian Robinson Jr. by quite a bit. As for this 2 QB league here, you know my feeling about Josh Jacobs. I don't hate him at all. He was a Mars man last year. People won leagues off of the Josh Jacobs predictions from this channel.
Let's go, mashed potatoes!
People absolutely won leagues from the Josh Jacobs call that this channel made. No channel was higher that I can tell, and I think a lot of you, on Jacobs than we were last year. But his value has changed so much. He's climbed so much. It's just a good player to trade if your team needs something because the value's high. Just like trading right now, even though I don't want to, trading a player like Jamar Chase, if your team can't win with Jamar Chase, you have to look around and see what you can do. Now, looking at this team, I think you could win, but I would say if McCarthy was a little bit higher up there on my rankings and my expectation, I'd say you would survive a lot better. But because you have London, Evans, Kittle, Jacobs, Harvey, who I love, but there's I think he's going to do well this weekend, but there's still, potentially like a week 3, week 2, week 4, kind of like Chase Brown unveiling, possibly, that it is smart to maybe look at what Jacobs could get you. In a trade down right now, Hampton. Trade for Hampton and something using Jacobs. It's a brilliant move. Trade Jacobs down to Hendy and something. It's a brilliant move. Move Olave up into a slightly better wide receiver. Move Olave up into a lad. You move Jacobs into a Hampton or a Hendy or a Kyron, because Jacobs in some cases is ranked higher. You get somebody to buy into that trade down, that downgrade, and you're only going slightly down in the ranking and maybe up in your mind. And then you're moving Olave into a lad. You're doing something along those lines. That's where I'm taking this team. I'm also very intrigued by taking Kittle, turning him into Tyler Warren, who I think could play just as well as Kittle this year, and moving Josh Jacobs up just a little bit. Trading Pacheco for something if you want to keep Jacobs, or moving Olave or Evans up a huge tier, or Olave up a tier or two. Those are the moves I would contemplate with this team, and I'm not doing just any trade. Vessi, appreciate your $20 hauler. You got to do the right trade, and you might have to bring that to me to make sure we're tackling the right one. We'll open phone lines in a little bit, but this is just an unfortunate direction that this is going, and it's very sad to me that that a coach isn't, and maybe he is. Maybe this is why he's questionable. And maybe Shanahan will make the right call. The right call is to not let McCaffrey play this weekend. It's the right call. Even if you sit him one full week, there's such a better chance that this doesn't turn into something. And just have him rest, have him rehab, have him, make sure he's, strengthening the calves and doing the rehab stuff. But if this coach Shanahan wants to earn any sort of cred from me, any respect from me, and I lost a lot of respect for Shanahan a long time ago, it would be to do the right thing and sit McCaffrey this week. And I know a Niner fan does not want to hear this, and they're blind to it. It's not their fault, but they don't see straight. They never have. They never will. This man does not need to be on the field Sunday. One game is nothing. The entire season is everything. If he goes out there and tears his Achilles, or he pulls up and his calf just locks up and he knows he tore it, he's done for 6 to 8 weeks. If you sit him one game, you might have him for more games. I still don't think he lasts, but you have a shot. You have a shot at him playing nearly a full season, maybe. I mean, it's just still low odds, but you have a shot. If you send him out there on Sunday, the odds are astronomically high that this will not end well, even if it's 2-3 games from now, because progressively his calf's going to get worse. He plays on Sunday. He's so far away from healthy walking into week 2, and then he plays again in week 2, and then he's a little further away, and then he plays him, and then boom, it's going to be week 3, week 4, week 5. Something's going to give. So you either sit him and give yourself a shot, or you play him and you're risking it all. And you're risking everything. CMC for Kyren? Absolutely, Mamba. Make that trade now. If anybody can get rid of Christian McCaffrey right now for a Kyren, for a Bucky, give up a little more to get Bucky, CMC and a little more to get Genty, CMC and maybe straight up for Achane, who people are worried about his situation. Get rid of Christian McCaffrey right now. There's no excuse to not utilize this revival of value that you just were gifted, because about 24 hours ago, you were fearing like everything was crumbling right then and there. You've got to pause. You got a moment of pause to go get something now. You're going to regret not doing this now. Risk it all, scare money, don't win. That's correct, Mr. Whatever your name is, guy. 100%. That's why you go get the younger, high risk in terms of like, oh, he's a rookie, we haven't seen it yet. Genty over Christian McCaffrey. This is not a risk it for the biscuit. This isn't a scare money, don't make money. This is a dumb call to go in the direction of Christian McCaffrey when you're handed the opportunity to go in this much safer, still high risk to a lot of people situation with like Genty, for example. Like the fact that some people drafted CMC over Genty is head scratching. It is so head scratching. It's hard to even put into words. Let me smash out some of these super chats. Emmanuel, appreciate you. Flex, Harvey Golden. I think I answered this one already. Harvey's a great play, but he's a little more volatile. So I'm going to go Hunter, especially with the word and news here today. My offer of Adams and JCM for Hunter got denied. That sucks, especially after this news. They're not going to accept that now because it's going to be in the buzz. Everyone's going to be talking about it. Pretty Ricky and Garrett Wilson, Travis Hunter, Harvey start too. I'm starting Travis Hunter and probably Harvey, but Ricky should get plenty of volume. He's probably the safest, but I don't know that the ceiling is as high as Garrett Wilson, who is a lot riskier with the matchup and everything. I'd probably say you want a combo of risk and reward, go Garrett Wilson. If you want to go high risk across the board, then it's going to be Harvey with Travis Hunter. But Travis Hunter needs to be locked in. The volume's going to be there. He's an absolute straight-up weapon and dog. Flex, Evans, Igbuka, Hill, or Hendy. I'm starting Hendy, but I want to get Igbuka in there as well. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to sit Igbuka. That's a great play. Flex, Igbuka, Wilson, Travis Hunter, or Harvey. Igbuka is the safest. Hunter is the second safest. Hunter is the second man up, and I definitely think you need to make some trades because you got to get those guys in there. Turned Allen into Rice. Love that. Start 2, Hendy, Harvey, Tony Pollard. I'm going to go Harvey. And actually, Tony Pollard and Hendy are probably your safest move. And Hendy and Harvey are probably your higher risk, higher reward plays. Start 2, Harvey, Ted McMillan, Hunter. Bo Nix is your QB. Also, which tight end, Ingram or Kraft? I'd probably go Ingram. I'd probably say that Ted McMillan and Hunter are your safest in PPR. Half PPR, probably still the same thing. And then I'd switch to Travis Hunter and Harvey if it is non-PPR. But that's not to say I don't want you to get Harvey in the lineup or make a trade. 3 Broncos. I mean, they should play well. Love you, work Smitty. CMC on IR by week 3. Unfortunately, he's going to probably be on IR by at least week 6 or 7. It's just it might not be the case if his coach was smart. If his coach looked out for him, and maybe he will. Maybe he proves us wrong. But if Shanahan was smart, you sit Christian McCaffrey this week. It's not even a question. And the fact that the training staff doesn't know this is alarming. Hey, man, not non-PPR 10-man start Diggs or Flowers. I'm going to go Flowers until we see more guarantee out of Diggs, my boy. Is it real thin on waiver wire? Should I pick up Rodriguez Jr. and drop Pierce? I would, yeah. And Rodriguez ain't a bad play this week. I mean, he's pretty decent. Chris from Vegas, appreciate you. Travis Hunter or Njigba? I'd probably say you can't sit JSN, but is there another way you can figure out a way to get Travis Hunter in? How is Njigba your 3rd wide receiver or your flex or something? Because he's like a 3rd, 4th round pick. Also, trying to traded Purdy and Addison, have JD5. Love you, Smitty. Let's freaking go. Yeah, that's a good move there. Addison over Purdy's nice when you got JD5, so it's a good move. I'd still try and work a trade if you're literally putting Hunter or JSN on the bench each week. You got to beef something else up. You know, it's too much talent to sit every week. You're gonna be driven nuts watching one of those guys on the bench. Smitty, who do I start out of Ibuka, Travis Hunter, Metcalf? Probably Ibuka or Hunter. I want both of them in the lineup. I'd be lying if I said lying. Here, we'll get some of these people out of here. They keep trolling the chat. Sit this team. Let's see. Sit on this team or make moves. 12-team full PPR. Penix Jr., Bucky, Brees, Harvey, Ollie, Krosky, Merritt, Chase, Worthy, Jennings, Rice, Godwin, Tesla, and Joku. It's a good squad. PPR QB. Bucky, Brees, Harvey, Ollie, Gordon, Chase, Worthy. I know. Sorry about your Worthy shares, bro. You're probably going to have to make a move. You got Worthy and Rice both out right now. Jennings has been struggling with the injury as well, and I think it's real. Godwin, man, you got hit hard. I mean, you didn't need to draft Godwin. You're probably trading, if it's me, you're trading Brees Hall for a wide receiver. Try for Travis Hunter. Try for Debo and something. Debo and Hunter are pretty damn good to plug into this spot. I would say Lad McConkey, buy low right now using Brees Hall. Those would be my favorite players of choice to go get in your situation. If you come up with some sort of complex offer, bring it back to me and we'll tackle it. PPR, one question, start Brees or Olave. Brees, start Debo or Harvey. Probably Debo for safety, but I love Harvey. And honestly, like if it's me and I've got 2 leagues side by side with that question, Harvey's going to be in at least one of them, and then I'd sit him in the other one. But I don't know, bro. It's so hard to sit Harvey, and it's also hard to start him. But do you think you should have kept? I should have kept Hampton. I already have Genty, Hendy, and JCM and Ollie Sharps. Also, should I trade Hunter for Buka? I think Hunter and Buka are very close. I think either way you make that trade, you're going to be pulling your hair out one week and excited one week, and because they're just going to be amazing, both of them, Hunter and Buka. Buka's a little bit safer. And William, I don't know if you asked another question earlier. I can't retain things like 5-6 questions later. My mind doesn't. I have a very good memory, but what I do for a living, I have to let all of this information come in and I dump it immediately. I'm in the habit of literally dumping that info. So I don't know if you read off something earlier. I have no idea what your Hampton trade was, but trading Hampton's probably not wise. I don't know why people are freaking out about it, but I don't know what you got. It might be fine. Trade Tracy for Diggs. Probably not. Start Golden or JMO. I'm probably gonna go Jameson Williams, bro. Like that's pretty easy. I like Golden though. I'm liking more Golden shares. I am, because the volume's there for me. It just really is. Jacobs, Olave, Kittle for Jonathan Taylor, Hunter, Warren. Give me, if this is redraft, give me the Jonathan Taylor, Hunter, Warren side, and then I'm still trying to flip JT though. And if it's Dynasty, probably the same thing, and I'm still trying to flip JT. And I especially take that in Dynasty. But in redraft, I do it, but then I flip JT. This one's a $2 hauler from Cam. I appreciate you dropping the blank super chat. Guys, make sure you include the question in the super chat, or I won't see it because it doesn't attach to it at all. And Vlad, appreciate you. Hey, Smitty, maybe you answer this JCM for Judkins. I'd rather have JCM. But I understand this question, and it honestly could go either direction. Judkins is a pretty great ad right now, and here's the waiver wire board as it stands right now. I still think Ollie Gordon, by the way, you have Ollie Gordon, congrats, is the top pickup of the, not only the week, but as of right now, and this fluctuates, but the positioning that he is the best pickup of the year, the odds of it, I believe, are 10 out of 10 right now. Whereas your Corey Krosky Merritt, because he's not climbed into the lineup yet, feels like a 9-10. And something, like a 7, let's say, would be this Judkins ad right now, which could turn into an 8 very quickly, but he's still got there's a lot of cloudiness attached to his situation. But Judkins is available in what looks and appears to be about anywhere between 30% and 15% of leagues. I'm sure that number is dwindling quickly. But so go check your waiver wire in case Judkins is available. You should be adding him. It's not necessarily on ESPN and Yahoo. He seems to be more available than on Sleeper. So a lot of people that play on Sleeper tend to have like deeper rosters and they're a little bit more versed in fantasy football. People that play on ESPN and Yahoo, and don't take offense to this, your commissioner might be responsible for this and not you. You might be a veteran, but tend to be smaller benches, less active people. They want to just cookie cutter situation. They don't even know what Sleeper is. And Sleeper's got his downsides too. No platform seems to be perfect in this day and age, but JCM for me, Judkins still has a whole bunch of upside though. No doubt about that. Vlad, thank you for the super chat. And this one here from, let's see here. Smitty, you are the man. Thank you. Someone dropped Tootin today. Do I drop one of my bench running backs for him? Blue, Roshan. Drop Roshan. Keep Rendo. Keep Blue. Definitely go grab him. That's a great move. That's a great move, bro. All right. Traded CMC for Bucky in a heartbeat. Yeah. I mean, Bucky's worth so much more than Christian McCaffrey. Like, that's not even close. And you factor in all the risk. And anybody that says, but when McCaffrey's on the field, he's those people don't. That's a casual. Anybody says, and if anybody said it, I'm sorry if this offends you in the chat. But if anybody's dropped this already, when McCaffrey's on the field, he's the best running back. And that's such a casual comment. Would you drop Burden or Coleman, Keon Coleman for Horton? Maybe Keon, but probably just hang on to both those guys. Definitely not dropping Burden. Smitty, the doubters are quiet. No one believed in Hunter. He's a DB. They said suck on that, haters. Yeah, Scribbs, it's wild, man. We were here. Everybody knows. Everybody in here knows we're the real ones when it comes to Travis Hunter. We are the real ones. We not only created the train, but we conducted, of course, but we are the ones that knock when it comes to that situation. There's no doubt about it. Do you drop Thornton for Judkins? If you need a running back, I can understand that. The honest truth is that I don't want you dropping either or leaving either out there. I can't really, that question's really hard to answer. I want Thornton so badly. Judkins has more trade value probably. So you kind of got to think about what you want to do with him. If you want to trade him, I'd probably say Judkins. If you want to use him, and I think Judkins will be cloudy, and it might look like a better situation. You trade him away, and then people are more, you know what I mean? I don't know. So this here, do you see Thornton Jr. being more of a deep threat? Doesn't seem like a good route runner. I don't know what would make you say that, Dan. Like he hasn't even played that much, yet he's still learning the game. He looks phenomenal on all levels. So I don't know, premature comment by you, Dan. Near take a lap material. I think he could be anything he wants to be. I think he's developing right in front of our very eyes. I think he's maturing every single day. I think if you said something negative about Bucky not being good between the tackles or having good footwork before week 1, you wouldn't have seen him evolve so quickly at the NFL level. Let's understand that. DJ, hell of a show. He says, first year Dynasty, who do you start? I'm going T-Law, Bucky, and JCM. Wide receivers, BTJ, Neighbors, and Mims or Waddle. Pick your poison there. And then Bowers, easy. Do I trade for a proven running back? Yeah, but like, what do you trade, you know? Would I trade Bowers down to McBride to maybe upgrade Waddle into, you know, a player like your BTJ or something? Sure. I think McBride could be just as good as Bowers. So look at that avenue. Would I trade down to Tyler Warren from Bowers and then get like a London or something? Or I'm sorry, you want a running back. Hendy and you know, Tyler Warren for Bowers, like that would be kind of a sneaky move, or a Bucky or H-Han or a Genty and getting Tyler Warren for Bowers. You could look at that. I mean, reach higher if you can for that RB. And if you keep Bowers, which I don't mind, I don't know what else you would really move unless you downgrade Neighbors into London, downgrade Neighbors into St. Brown, downgrade Neighbors into London's really the good target if you were to do that, because London can be just as good as anybody in the league. So that's kind of where I'd go with that. DJ, appreciate you dropping the supers, my boy. They've got Miss Smitty cooking some homemade pizza I can smell getting baked there. I'm coming back tonight also. I'm not leaving yet, but I just want everyone to know that this is not the only show tonight. We got a start bench, you know, extravaganza tonight that we'll be firing off about slightly before midnight Eastern. I don't want to go live later than 11:30 to 11:45 p.m. Eastern. I want to make sure I'm here well before midnight actually strikes during the year on time. So nobody's moving off a high-end running back, says Justin. Justin, you think you know. You think the world revolves around you, Justin, but not everything revolves around you in your world. You believe it or not, there are leagues that have bad trades that get made. And Justin, can you answer this question honestly? And just let me get a touche back from you real quickly. Just answer this really honestly. How many times a year in your league does a trade happen where you say, what in the hell? Let's answer that question, Justin. I'll wait. I do want to know. Just be honest about it, and then we can move on. But acting like some people come in here and go, Smitty, you know, telling you to go make these trades, no one's going to accept. Answer the question. How many times a year does something happen where you're like, how in the hell, why did he do that? I'll wait for your answer. Do I play Henderson over McCaffrey? I mean, I would. I can understand why somebody wouldn't, but I don't agree with him. Rock out. What is Neighbors and Collins worth, and is Debo a good enough wide receiver too? I think he's a good enough wide receiver too. Neighbors and Collins is worth going and getting a Hampton and Ladd, going and get a Hendy and Ladd, going and getting a Hunter and Kyron. That's what you can do. Did Justin answer? I don't think Justin's answering yet. Justin, we're waiting. Harvey or ETN this week? I'm going Harvey. Rockout says, oh, that's Rockout's question. Rockout, thank you. And then Chris from Vegas says, JSN, Travis Hunter, CD, BTJ. Who's to trade for a running back? Who to trade for a running back? Debo, Hunter. Probably say like that. I think you wait until Hunter and Debo establish their value. Once that happens, then we can go from there. I don't really want you selling CD right now because you'd sell him a little low. People are just down on him, dropping the ball. BTJ, let's let BTJ do some damage. I don't even want you selling BTJ. JSN I would, but you might need him to go out and do something. So JSN for Kyron, JSN for Harvey maybe. I mean, you could trade JSN for Harvey right now and take a gamble. Get a little something back. Not trading Travis Hunter, not trading CD, not trading BTJ. I'd trade Debo with those wide receivers if you could get Harvey. So I'd say Harvey, Chris, from Vegas, if you were to try and make a move now. Did Justin respond? From what I've seen, people just value running backs. That's not what I asked you. You're saying nobody. Your specific line, Justin, was nobody is moving off a high-end running back, trying to discourage whoever's asking or talking about something I said or something somebody else says, trying to discourage someone from any hope that they could rip someone off. And what I'm asking you to answer and you're refusing to answer is how many times a year do you say, what in the hell just happened? If I would have known he was giving that up, I would have stepped in and made a trade with him. Answer the question, Justin. That's all I'm trying to get you to say. You know what? Maybe the world doesn't revolve around me. Maybe there are leagues where people make mistakes. And you know what? In my league, people do that all the time. That's what I'm trying to get you to just acknowledge, Justin. Because you act like there aren't bad trades made. Like we're just going to go out and offer only trades that are even Steven. We're going out there to try and rip someone off, Justin. 10-team PPR. Kyler, Chase Brown, Henderson, Walker, Lamb, BTJ, and Henry. Benches, Sharps, Gordon, Harvey. Love that Harvey's on the bench. I mean, I don't like that he's on your bench, but I mean, love that you have this firepower. Debo, J-Mo, any moves? Yeah, hell yeah. Upgrade Kyler using J-Mo. Upgrade Kyler using Debo. I mean, yeah, just imagine sitting here acting like you can't, fleece somebody. Marcus is got it right in the chat. He's like, people get fleeced all the time. Like, what are you talking about, man? If you're not going to go try and fleece somebody in a trade, then you might as well just log out of your app right now. You drafted, log out, check back at the end of the year. Let's see how you did. That's all I'm saying. So, Justin, are you going to answer the question or not? I'm still waiting. It's so difficult to get you to answer the dang question. Sutton or Harvey? Probably Sutton's safest, bro. I'm not saying that in a dark closet somewhere, I'm not going in there and switching that out and putting Harvey in and not telling a soul. I'm just telling you. But Sutton is very, very safe. Very, very safe. 10-man Kyler. So, yeah, we're moving some of this depth, bro. Trade Walker right now. Keep Sharps. Trade Walker. Walker and Debo. Walker and J-Mo. Go get Kyron. Go get Hendy. Go get Hampton low using Walker and a player. And then, bro, you just upgraded your world. And are that much closer to a championship. Sutton or Harvey. Thank you, Dice Boy. Appreciate that super chat. You're the man, the myth, the legend. We got this one from Lamos, who says Travis Hunter as my DP is my cheat code. Smitty, Thornton Jr. to Saturn, both of them to Saturn, bro. Let's not send Thornton Jr. to Saturn quite yet. Let's send him to the moon.
To the moon.
Let's send Travis Hunter to Jupiter.
To Jupiter.
Little compromise there. I don't think we're getting a reaction from Justin's just not wanting to answer the question. Chris, appreciate you. RJ Igbuka or Hunter at the flex says XM. I'd probably say Igbuka is the safest, but bro, I don't know. So it's so tough. Judkins or Sharps. This week, not knowing what's going to go on with Judkins, I would immediately trade for Sharps without even knowing the information. Flex Hill or Harvey, and should I trade Hill? If so, yeah, I'd trade Hill. I would trade Hill. I think starting Hill this week isn't crazy. Call me crazy, but I'm starting I'm starting Harvey. But I am trading Hill immediately. Trying to get Hunter, trying to get a guy like Harvey, trying to upgrade my quarterback, trying to get Tyler Warren if I don't have a good tight end. Drop 1, Tootin, Ray Davis, Dylan Sampson, Garendo, drop 1. I guess right now, Ray Davis, but you just monitor the hell out of him. Or Garendo, and then just monitor Garendo. You missed the Hunter talk, Jorge. All you got to do is start over, put it on 2x speed, and then you'll catch right back up to us. You know what I'm saying, broski? Easy solution. Flex Hill or Harvey. Again, Hill is not the guy I would play, but I understand why someone might. But I just traded him before week 1. Question, pick 2. 1 flex, London, Garrett Wilson, Ibuka, Hendy. I'm going Hendy and probably London without much of a hesitation whatsoever. However, 2 wide receivers, good. London and Ibuka and then Hendy. Boom. Not that you don't have trade potential there because it's a tough question. Do I trade Olave and Judkins for A.J. Brown? I probably would, yes. And then I try and flip A.J. Brown, but I'm happy to hold him at that cost. I'm happy to start him at my wide receiver 3 or flex with all the risk involved, but I don't want him at the cost of entry. There's a big difference between drafting A.J. Brown in round 2 when I said not to and having him be sporadic. He's injured. And by the way, if anybody didn't know, A.J. Brown went back and watched some of the footage after you hear rumors about him running half speed all game. A.J. Brown was a decoy in that game. I don't even know if A.J. Brown is mad about not getting the ball. I think A.J. Brown played that game running 80%, 70% as a decoy because they weren't going near him at all. And you just watch the plays over again and focus on A.J. Brown. And you didn't get every angle during the game of that. So you have to watch different footage. And A.J. Brown's just jogging out there. This guy is injured. A.J. Brown is injured. His hamstring is bothering him. These soft tissue injuries are bad. And I don't know if A.J. Brown's going to re-injure himself by playing on it. This is why Christian McCaffrey shouldn't play either. But A.J. Brown at that cost, circling back, is worth the risk. Judkins and players like that, do it, but then flip them. I just trade them. Trade them to somebody not watching this channel right now. And he should be able to, handle it. Go get Travis Hunter before kickoff. Even with the game being played, have him accept the trade offer. Go get Travis Hunter. Go get Harvey for A.J. Brown. Flex, PPR, Jalen Warren, Rome, and Dunze, or Ricky Pearsall. Ricky's probably the safest play based on volume. But a Dunze might be higher risk, higher reward. And kind of a more attractive play, but definitely a little bit higher risk. But Pearsall should be, safe and locked into an X amount of work that, at least gives you, what you need. Let's open the phone line briefly. Quick questions only, no full team breakdowns or you get hung up on.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Yeah, Mike, no one's going to listen to you about a bear take. You got a bear avatar, bear profile image. You go Rome. Okay, Mike. Talk about Hampton. What's my analysis? I mean, buy low. What would be the problem with the running back that got 15 carries? Hampton will be on my buy low video. Don't worry. The buy low video will be out very, very shortly after Sunday games. And Hampton and Lad McConkey and CeeDee Lamb and a whole bunch of other players that are about to play will all be headlining the buy low walking into week number 2 list. The fact that people are even asking me, the fact that you even asked me a question in capital letters about Hampton, where is it at? And I'm just using this as an example to emphasize. I'm not mad at you, Aiden, for this question, but the fact that you're taking the time to press down the caps lock and then type, talk about Hampton, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. What is your analysis? Question mark, all in capitals, concerns me beyond concern. The fact that anybody's even needing me to discuss it is wild to me. Hampton is a buy low to the extreme, and he got 15 carries. No running back got more than 1 carry on the roster. Only Herbert was the only other, solid runner. It was all Hampton. It was 15 carries to Hampton. And that play where he didn't run he ran out of bounds and didn't slide. Harbaugh already said that was his fault, not Hampton's. He praised him after. He said, that wasn't his fault at all. That was my fault. He's like, I forget the word he used. Not revolutionary, but he said something about Hampton's, other carry. He said it was extraordinarily like revolutionary or something like that. I forget what the word he used. But bro was glazing Hampton after the game. So if anybody's worried about Hampton, I don't know how or why, but I'm here to calm you down, and I'm here to tell you to go buy him because the dude just got 15 carries, and Harbaugh's glazing the hell out of him. This is a good recipe for things to be continuing on a good course. Hampton to the moon. HHH and Associates is in good hands.
The Jam.
With Hampton.
Call HHH and Associates.
So hopefully that answers your question, Aiden. But thank you for taking the time, and you can release the caps lock now, young man. All right, let me go over to Rock Out. Rock Out, you're live.
Ew. I know you don't really like Pacheco, but what's your feeling on Pacheco? I think it was more game script because he did get 5 carries and did average 5 yards a carry, and I think the game script forced Mahomes to run a lot more.
I don't know, Rock Out. This is a tough one. I want to love Pacheco, but how many times is he going to fail us? And I still like him. I still do.
Yeah.
My concern would be that they drafted this young, exciting kid that Andy Reid's very, very vocal about in Brashard Smith, and the fact that he's a receiving asset right now makes a lot of sense to get him on the field. I don't know that we'll see that right away. I can't guarantee it. I remember when Pacheco got the first carry in the game, and literally the second play, Brashard Smith comes running into the game, and I remember saying, this is amazing. He's in there and play too. And then they didn't use him much after that. So it's hard to really know. But I would definitely say that if I'm the coach, and Andy Reid's a great coach, not trying to say he's not going to make the right calls, but I'm getting Brashard Smith on the field as much as possible while we await for Worthy, Rice, all that stuff to resolve. And it doesn't mean that Pacheco can't be lined up in the backfield and then Brashard out in the slot or something. So you can use both of them. But it's a real tough thing to peg with Pacheco, given that I don't think his skill set will ever be pass catching. And the fact that you drafted a pass catching, converted wide receiver running back, at some point I think Brashard takes over. I'm hopeful that he does because he's, I think, probably the more talented player for this offense. Pacheco runs hard. He's amazing at certain things. He really is. He's such a tough runner. But that abusive style is going to lead him to injury. And also just, the game script. Even though they lost Worthy, this is still a throw it down the field team this year. If Andy Reid didn't prove that to you last night, I don't know what will. And the fact that, I think that, I don't want to say the defense took a step back this year because there's still a lot of football to be played. But I think because teams can score, it seems that they'll be able to score more on this defense. We'll see how it plays next week. That there might be more of a reason why you're going to be throwing the damn ball this year again. On top of the fact that Reid wants to do it anyway. On top of the fact that Mahomes has already told you we're throwing downfield. And I know this is concerning with Worthy, and we're still waiting official word on Worthy, unless that broke while I've been live, and I keep scrolling and refreshing. But, I expect them to be without Worthy for 4 to 6 weeks, if not the entire season. We're just waiting on the extent of the shoulder, what I believe is probably going to be a shoulder dislocation, which can cause damage on the way out of the ball and socket, the way that goes in. Again, God made the ball and socket to fit in perfectly where it would slide in and out like a very loose puzzle piece. Very kind of snug, but loose. And then the labrum is like you could almost think of it like a rubber seal that is like, let's call it like that tall. And that seal is in there. And the seal is what keeps the ball in the socket. And so when it needs to come out, you just would rip that seal out, right? And so when this comes out, it does have to go through that seal, and then sometimes it will rip it in one place, And then if you were to put it back in, 1, 2, 3, shove the shoulder back in, you could damage the labrum by shoving it back in too. So that's why they're probably very careful with what they're doing. But sometimes people don't have surgery. Like, here's the thing. He could have damage to it, but they could say, let's send him back out there, put a harness on him, or a shoulder harness thing underneath his uniform. And then what we're going to do is address it in the off season. Like, he could wait to have the surgery in the off season and play. And honestly, it's probably what we're going to hear if it's possible that he could play with it. Like, we'll see the damage and then he'd be out for, X number of weeks, but it's going to be hard to know. And my whole point circling back is we don't know if Pacheco is going to be used more or less in the coming weeks. Yeah. I just know that this is not a good sign. Week 1, he's supposed to finally be back, and then he's not used. So not a good look there, Rock out for now.
And would you still go Ridley over Ingram? I asked you that yesterday. You said come back to you.
Chat, can we vote on this one? I mean, Ridley's got a brutal matchup.
Yes, and tan.
I'm probably going to say go Ingram. Go Joker. I think Denver's going to ball out. This is a tough call. I never want to start a tight end over a receiver, especially one that's the number one first team, but it's a brutal matchup. It's a lockdown matchup. It's not a good one.
Hold on one sec.
All right, hold on, Rock out. I'm going to merge you here. Caller, just mute yourself. I'll be right with you. Rock out, hang tight, mute yourself. I'll be right back, Rock out, and then I'll swing back to the other caller, then back to Rock out. Start 2, Hunter, Igbuka, Hendy. I'm going Hendy and Igbuka, but I want all 3 in there. Eddie, figure it out. Make a trade. I can't tell you to sit one of those guys. And this one from Fleen dropping the $50 hauler like a straight up baller.
$50. Give me $50 hauler.
Thank you very much for the super chat. Full PPR, 12 team, 1 flex, 1 kicker, and a defense. Burrow, Harvey, Ollie, Adams, Chase, Ingram, Igbuka, bench Grendo. Let's see here. What move should you make? Love what you're doing, Smitty. Thank you, appreciate you. I'd probably say if this is my team, I'm sitting tight for now. I would love for you to get a better running back too, obviously. But Charbonnet might, let's see what happens before you dismantle anything. I think Harvey increases his value. You can't trade him now for what he deserves to have anyway. And Ollie could increase his value. Sharps could increase his value. And the difference maker for you might be just one of Ollie or Sharps rising up, and then you don't need to even make a trade. You just use them. The only thing you might do later, though, is trade. If you don't think you can get by, let's see how your team scores. We're going to look to maybe downgrade Chase into a London and Harvey would have been the perfect additional player. London and Hampton. We're probably going to target Hampton. You could even try now, but what wide receiver does the Hampton owner have, and are they willing to part with that wide receiver, and they have to be a monster? BTJ would be an amazing chase to BTJ, and then you get that player like Hampton. And if you had to give up something, you could. I don't know that Bill Krosky Merritt, something along those lines. But right now, let's walk in with this team. Let's see if your hole and void can be solved by your amazing and astute drafting of Ollie and Bill and maybe even Grendo and Sharps. Past that, there's not a lot to do here. Let's see what your team does. I would tell you to do something now if I really thought it would make sense, but I don't think it will make sense. Appreciate your super chat. Your team is one move away. Ollie Gordon Sharps being maybe that initiated from your drafting move from this team going from like a 7.8 or 5, which it is now, to an 8.5, like being a conglomerate. So just kind of sit tight on that one. Let me go to this other caller, then back to a couple other callers, then back over to Rock Out. Everybody stay muted unless I can hear some people that are not muted. Please stay muted until I call upon you, please, or I'll hang up on you. 612, you're live. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Tanner. I'm calling from Minnesota.
What's up, Tanner? What can I do for you?
I love the show, brother. Hey, I got kind of stuck with too many week 8 guys, but I got Hunter and BTJ. My plan was to let Hunter blow up and then trade him. I'm falling in love with him. It's hard to do that, but you think that's too much to have to BTJ and Hunter on your team at the same time?
Nope, I don't. I don't think it's bad at all.
Rock it out.
As I've said,
you guys should drop.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I got Trace and Scatterbo on my bench. Do you think I drop Scatterbo to pick up Judkins?
I suppose, but I'm not gonna lie. I mean, whoever's getting the opportunities, the better player. So if Scott gets the opportunity quicker, then Scott's gonna be the better player. You know, there's I don't want to say win a league value in either, but there's super strong value in either one of those guys. Maybe both of them. Maybe it just ends up being the same. You could make a trade. You could. I mean, I can't. It's 11th hour, but I'd probably say for right now get Judkins because Scott is a little bit ways away. Potentially.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Hey, most unique show. I appreciate you.
Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. All right, everybody, please stay muted or I'll hang up on you. Next up would be Sam. You're live, Sam.
Hey, what's going on, Smitty? Quick question on McCaffrey. I'm trying to get out of him, and I have Brian Robinson, so I could trade B-Rob too. So, what's the lowest risk that you would get back for him? I'm thinking like Javonte in blue, like around that range.
That would be a grave mistake. No, I mean Javonte looks okay, bro, but you can't trade CMC. You just got a gift of CMC's value going back into the bottom of round 1 or top of 2, bro. You're about to go trade CMC, who you can trade for a lot right now for Javonte? Hell no. Trade him for
package with blue though.
I don't care. Trade him for Hampton and something. Trade him for Harvey and something. You could get Travis Hunter and Harvey together for Christian McCaffrey right now. You were just handed a gift of repaired value for a brief time, but you're gonna blow it for Javonte. I like Javonte, but bro, that'd be the worst trade you could ever make. That would be the worst trade I probably heard. This is for a guy that I want to get rid of in CMC, and I think he's gonna break. This would be the worst trade I've heard all year. You've got to swing higher than that. Hampton, Hendy, Genty. You could probably get Genty for him if the right person had Genty in wanted CMC right now. You got people in the chat. I know a lot of these are current CMC owners, but acting like everything's back to normal. So you need to go after Bucky and Achan and Hampton and something, Harvey and something, Kyron Williams maybe and something, or you go really low. You know, like Harvey would be low right now in terms of trade value, and get that Hunter on top of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you got to be careful, bro.
All right.
You might need to log out of the app. Just take a lap to clear the head and then come back. But yeah, no, you trade him for the world right now. You can't. His trade value was repaired briefly. A Band-Aid was put on the situation. It's got a bandage on it. But the bandage is going to fall off again. All right, later, bro.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Jeez. Disaster avoided.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
I mean, I'm all about trading them, but you gotta do it smartly. Let's see here. Okay, last caller here is from the 612. You're live.
Hey, Smitty. How
What's
you
up?
doing?
What's going on?
Hey, I'm having problems with wide receivers, and then I have Bijan Robinson, Gibbs, and Hall. But I need a wide receiver because my best one was Worthy, and he went down. And it's a super flex PPR.
Okay. So you have Gibbs, Hall, and B-Rob Jr.?
Yeah, as running backs. And then my wide receivers are like Biggs, Tesla, Hollow Brown, Michael Pittman.
Who'd you say Worthy? Worthy and who? Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Pittman.
George Pickens.
Oh, Pickens. Okay.
Yeah. Stephon Diggs. I have that and Tesla.
That's all you
But
got.
I know for sure.
That's all you got.
Yeah, I know for sure. I need a wide receiver.
Yeah, I'll say. And you got no Rice on the bench or something?
Nope. It was action, $200 action, and then the keeper league from the last year. So I kept Gibbs and Bijan Robinson. So it cost me like 101.
So you said Brian Robinson. You said Brian Robinson. You have Bijan.
Bijan.
Okay. Big difference. All right. I'm trading Hall for a wide receiver, my boy. Can you get?
That's what I
mean, it's a little late
because I have Allen with him too. Sorry about that.
It's a little late now, but because I've been touting this all offseason and all week to get guys like Harvey and get Hunter before something happens, like they blow up in week 1. And this news right here isn't going to help you, but try Hall for Hunter. Try Hall for JSN. Try Hall for MHJ. Those would be good wide receivers to go after, I think, using Breece Hall. And because running backs are a hard commodity to get, there might still be some allure there, even though people are worried about Hall. But don't settle. Don't go crazy. Don't go get after like a Ridley or something. But you might have to eventually divide and conquer Gibbs and Bijan into something else. Like if you turned Bijan into Genty and Hunter, or Genty and JSN, or Genty and MHJ, or Bucky and MHJ, or HN and MHJ, or HN and something like that. That could help salvage this team a lot.
Well, one of them wanted to trade me with Cook and Higgins for Gibbs. I don't know if I should
James Cook,
because I know for sure.
James Cook?
Yep.
No, bro.
Yes.
No. You need Genty. You need Bucky.
James Cook with Higgins for Gibbs.
Yeah, it doesn't change it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not a. Hold on, let me merge this real quickly. I would say, at the end of the day, look what I'm about to do to this team. I'm gonna even erase all of your wide receivers. Okay, so you take Bijan, you turn him into, we'll call it Bucky and MHJ. You might have to give up something smaller, like the 2 for 2, but something that we don't have listed here. And then I'm going to take Breece Hall and turn him into Harvey. And then I'm going to take Gibbs and turn him into Achan and Hunter and Tyler Warren. Those are all very feasible moves. Now, chat, who's your quarterback?
I have Caleb Williams and Ward.
What were you doing in the auction? Sleeping? Okay,
everyone tried to outbeat the crap out of me.
Ward's all right. I mean, but he's gonna be a rookie. So anyway, regardless, ignore the quarterback. Chat, we liking this team all of a sudden? Because a minute ago I saw people saying he's cooked. Like, who wouldn't be okay with this team? There's a lot more allure here. So go out there and do some 2 for 1s, get some 2 players for 1, and then all of a sudden, that this is your best shot here. All right, I gotta go, bro.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. I love your show. Bye.
Thanks. Yeah, he's in a little bit of trouble. He's in a little bit of trouble. Travis, let me merge this call. Caller, just mute yourself. We'll be right with you. Travis, what can I do for you?
Yeah, I would say, like, guys, teams like that are in a little trouble, just take advantage of the first couple weeks, people panicking,
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, like you said.
Yeah, if that guy's listening real quick, just, like, let Gibbs go out there this week and drop a, massive wad on the field, and then Bijan too. and then you can go get those 2 players and probably get even better, trades than we suggested. But this is what you're probably going to have to do. His team can't survive without that. I know everyone's saying I wouldn't trade Gibbs. Like I saw a comment in the chat. You have to. This guy's not winning necessarily with this team. He didn't surround it with enough support. It doesn't have anything. So you at least you're gonna have to divide one of these guys up into 2 players, and if you get lucky, you get 3 somehow, some way. Like let's say someone did give Hunter, Harvey, and Hampton, let's say, for one of these guys, then maybe you can survive without doing some sort of crazy trade with both of them. But that team has no shot without doing a divide. All right, go ahead, Travis. Sorry.
I was just calling, looking at different players. Jesse, this might be last call to get him. If he ends up being a top 3 guy, because I see Genty moving a ton of trades. So I think a lot of people are still iffy on him. So
yeah, these are I may
if you need a running back.
Yeah, I may kick off tonight's show with this right here. It'd be or sorry, not Bijan. It would be Bucky, Genty. This might be tonight's lead for the show, and Achan. And the show might just be, unless some other news breaks, like if you need to make a move and you need to trade, downgrade, do anything, these running backs will change in value coming out of week number 1. And absolutely Genty. But Bucky and Genty will be untouchable. And Achan probably will be untouchable. Is there a chance they dial back some work from them? Sure, but these guys will be untouchable. And a subset would be potentially Hunter, Harvey, and Hendy will be untouchable as well. And maybe one of these guys doesn't explode, and then there'll be a buy low. But Hunter, Harvey, Hendy, subset, untouchable. Bucky, Genty, Achan, untouchable. These are the guys to go get. So hence why, I would try if I was that guy to move it, but just let Bijan and Gibbs go blow up if you can't get the right deal.
One other guy too is London. There's still a lot of people that don't see him as like a top 5 potential wide receiver.
Hey, Travis, hold on 1 second. Let me just get these super chats out. This $20 hauler from Mark Cleveland.
Super chat alert.
Mark, appreciate you, Mark Cleveland. Mark says, start Debo or Hunter. Travis, who are you starting, Debo or Hunter this week? Damn. I think Hunter for me.
I'm leaning Hunter now. Yeah. I like Debo's matchup, but
I mean, this news
news on Hunter now. Yeah, sways me.
Every down wide receiver, Mark. I'm gonna go Hunter, but that's a great question, and you're not wrong to be asking it. But let's sit Debo on the bench for Travis Hunter this week. I think that's what I'm doing. Thank you, Mark. Start Walker, Monty, or Breece Hall. Honestly, I this is like one of the tougher questions I've had all week, I'll say. And I've seen this question. There's a variant of it too, like one other player in there. But I mean, you could say Monty's good for maybe a touchdown, and that's kind of a safe call. Walker, I want to say Walker. I want to say that this run is going to be amazing. Seattle's going to do a good job, but how much of it's going to be Charbonnet? Breece Hall, I don't know. I don't know what to think with how they're going to use him. I would say if this was me, I'm probably going to go Hall and just, trust in the guy that I believe has the talent to be a top 5 running back whenever he's given the football, and just hope that the Jets don't screw this up. So I'd say I lean Hall by a hair, but it's a really, really close call. Do I drop Olave for Mims? Probably not. I think you can maybe figure out something else. I think Mims is nice, but Olave still got a lot of trade value and still has a lot of upside. And what if he got traded or something? There's still talk about that. Or maybe I can get Jonathan Taylor for CMC. I'd rather have Jonathan Taylor than CMC, but if I got Taylor, I'd still potentially try and flip him. Like I got Puka in the Dynasty League, the official The Fantasy Football Show Dynasty League. I traded Ladd and I honestly regret doing it, and now I don't because I turned it into something better. But I traded Ladd and what I believe to be a mid to late first rounder for Puka. And I might have got something, I forget if it was Fab or something involved. And then, and honestly, I the whole game I'm watching the Chargers, I was regretting it. But then I flipped Puka and Brees Hall into Charbonnet and JJ in the Dynasty League. And I think I gave $100 Fab. And I threw Godwin in. It's Dynasty. So I ended up getting JJ and Sharbs out of it instead of Brees Hall and Puka. And so I wouldn't take it back. I wouldn't take the Ladd trade back for anything. But the constant movement. So you just keep, if you were to get JT, don't stop there. Getting JT opens up new trade avenues that you probably exhausted all your trade avenues. Then you get another player and then you flip it and then you go get more. And so JT is a better move and path right now, and then try and flip him for more. Need Chase Brown's song on Spotify to work out. Okay, I'll look to get. I know you guys keep asking about that. I know some of you think that other people are joking, but they're for real. Everybody wants the playlist on Spotify. I'll see if I can do something about that. I might just make longer songs and actually put them up. PPR flex Monty or Travis Hunter. Come on, it's not a real question. Well, I mean Monty. I guess Monty's respectable. But I'm going Travis Hunter. I mean, the whole show is about Travis Hunter. You think I'm gonna put up this video right here, do a whole hype video, and then go, yeah, Monty. We're not that hyped. Kyron owner came back. Kyron and Keon from my CMC and Sutton. God, I want you to take out Sutton, but I still want Kyron over Christian McCaffrey by a country mile. So I guess I'm probably doing that, but I would try to play hardball a little longer with him and see if you can keep Sutton. Have Worthy think he's done for the year. We don't know yet. Have Igbuka, Addison along with CD, Garrett Wilson, trying not to panic. We just don't know. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. But, you know, there's a strong chance he's out for the year. But there's also a chance that he waits to have surgery and he comes back and you know, he could re-injure it, but he could wear a flak jacket and keep that, you know, shoulder where it needs to be. One day before game start, rate my lineup. Bo Nix, Sutton, BTJ, Bijan, Kyron, Igbuka, McBride. 8.4 out of 10. Love it. 8.3 maybe. Benches, Myers. Yeah, love the team. Love the team. Team's fantastic, my boy. Love the squad. Thank you very much for the super chat. This one from Beth. Should I start Ingram or Warren tomorrow? I would go Warren, but I do love both of them. But Warren right now is my secret weapon tight end 3-4 on the year. Maybe 4-5. And Ingram's like 4-5-6. So they're like there's some overlap. I love both of them. Start one of Hall, Harvey, Garrett Wilson, and then in PPR scoring bench one of Jamo, Igbuka, Hendy. I'm going Hendy. And I'm probably going to go... Guys, are we going Hall, Garrett Wilson, or Harvey? Hello? Hello?
I guess. Full PPR, Wilson.
Yeah.
Otherwise, coin flip, really.
Guys, vote in the chat.
Like you said, unless the Jets completely bungle this, all should be okay.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh has a good defense, but
I want to go Harvey, man. I'm going to say Harvey, but I know I'm kind of wild with that. I don't know if I'm being smart. I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm being smart, but I'm going Harvey. Might be a little bias involved, but it could be real bias. It could be biases that's actually smart bias. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people think you're biased about this. Well, yeah, I'm very biased in terms of, you know, something I believe to be the case. And if somebody tries to tell me otherwise, like I'm sticking to what, but it's you know, it's rooted in logic. Tet or Hunter. But I'm not saying that Tet isn't a good play, but that's what I'm going to say. Start Harvey or Hunter. I'm going Hunter, and also 2 Igbuka, Wilson, Aaron Jones. God, all these questions are like nearly the same combos of players. I'm going to go Garrett Wilson and Igbuka. Rob. Thank you for the super chat. Can we get your favorite picks of the week? Yeah, these we're gonna do those tonight for sure. And then also these are two of them right now, at least. Achane over 55 rushing yards. I still like that one. This is for season long here. So let me get rid of that one. These are two of my favorite right now, but we'll be doing a show on this tonight. 56.5 higher on Egbuka's yards and 39.5 higher on Trey Henderson. These feel like taking candy from a baby. So that will be tonight. We'll do more of those tonight. Appreciate everybody that's here now, but we'll be back too as well to do that. So thank you, Jaden, for the question, and it's a good one. Those two are fantastic. Smash those. What's fair trade for Brian Robinson if I'm trying to capitalize on the CMC owner? Hold him over his head, bro. But, you know, if you can't get rid of him for the right price, wait, because if CMC goes down, you've got a pot of gold. And not to mention, if CMC even has some sort of setback whatsoever, or he gets used sparingly, the Christian McCaffrey owner is going to come and knock him. But an upgrade, do not give him away for anything that doesn't get you a Travis Hunter, a Harvey, Tyler Warren, a quarterback upgrade, something really significant. You do not trade him for trash, for anything that you can barely use. Just hold him. Start one Harvey, Olave Pearsall, Tyler Warren. Probably Pearsall is the safest, but I think I still start Harvey, bro. I'm a wild man, though. I am a wild man. Got to start 3 Debo, Garrett Wilson, Hunter, Harvey, MHJ. I'm going to go with Hunter, Harvey, and probably it's between Debo and MHJ over Garrett Wilson for me just because of the matchup. I probably lean toward MHJ. But I do love Debo a lot, and you might have yourself a little trade situation on your hands because that's going to be a tough thing every single week to decipher between. These two super chats, and I'll go back to the phone lines. Ask the other owner of Bucky. Oops. Whoa. Just knocked off all the super chats there. What were the two that I had? Was it this one? Being offered 12-man. Is that? Damn it. Where did that other super chat? It said being asked something in that. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's the one. This one, and then I think it was. Crap. That one I answered. Was it IP? Got to start 3 Debo, Garrett Wilson, Hunter, Harvey, MHJ. I think I answered that one. So it was Hunter, Harvey, MHJ. It might have been the same players, different question. I don't know where it is. G-Rod, would it shock you if Caleb became the dark horse? No, but I mean, I've been doubting him all offseason. You think all of a sudden I'm going to jump on the Caleb Johnson train? You're wrong. I mean, things are going bad for him for a reason. Because I said they would. Like I'm not gonna be. Now I like him. I just don't think he's okay. He's an okay player, but his situation is trash. Start JMO and Egbuka. Hendy JMO picked. Hendy start JMO. Bench Hendy and start JMO and Egbuka. I don't know what the question is, man. Because you're saying JMO and Egbuka. I assume this might relate to another question. You're starting one of the let me rank them for you. Hendy, Buka, JMO in that order. I know it sounds wild to put JMO third, but I don't know if that's the only thing I can do with this question because I don't understand it. I'm gonna rank them for you in that order. So that should be good for you. Being offered a 12-man half PPR Neighbors, Devontae Smith, and Judkins for Hampton and Hunter. I'd rather have Hampton and Hunter over Neighbors in that situation, honestly. Hunter and Hampton will serve you better, I think, on the year. However, if you believe in Judkins, Neighbors and Judkins is pretty damn good. But I believe in Hampton and Hunter, and I think the Hampton value is soured and it's crazy. Running back room is Bajan, ETN, and Javonte. Thanks, you're the GOAT. Chad, if you disagree on that one, if you guys would rather have Neighbors, Devontae Smith, and Judkins over Hampton and Hunter, please vote. But I think people are letting some panic infect their thinking with Hampton when his own coach was calling him basically the second coming. After the game, he's so excited about his performance. And if anybody's taking negative stuff away, they're not paying attention. This is a casual move. Henderson or Ibuka? I'm going Henderson, but it's close. I mean, that question's been asked several times, and I hesitate on it, but $20 hauler, another $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Appreciate your super chat. If I got rid of somebody's super chat, please put a bunch of red question mark emojis, not normal question marks, so red emoji question marks. Put like 10 of them and say I missed your super chat if I did. Because I think one of them fell off the screen. 12 team, 1 flex, full PPR, need guidance. Kyler, Chase Brown, Achane, Javonte Williams, or Jamal Williams. I got to be clear on that one. Worthy, Olave, Hawkinson, Boswell, benches Mims, Thornton Jr., Rice. You're waiting on Rice. You got Worthy. You got blasted by that. Kyler, Chase Brown, Achane. I think I'm just waiting a week on this one, especially if that's Jamal Williams. Just wait it out. There's nothing you can really trade right now. Chase Brown, you can't even really sell at the way that we would need to even do something here. You just got to let him go out there and crush it, and then maybe you have the opportunity. Achane being banged up, but he's off the injury report. He's fully starting, but the fear factor won't allow you to divide and conquer Chase Brown into 2 great players or Achane, so you got to wait. There's nothing you can do here. I wish I could give you, especially with the $20 hauler, and I appreciate that. I wish I could give you some sort of actionable plan right now, but the plan is to just let it play out. Hopefully, Worthy News comes back solid. If not, you are in some trouble. But let's see if you win. If you can win, then you're ahead of the game, you know. And if we get good news on Worthy that he's back in like a week or 2, which I don't think we'll get, but if we do, we'll circle back in here. Vlad, okay, Vlad, let me look for your super chat. So I would say let's let it play out and see if you can move one of those running backs in a 2-for-1 if one of them absolutely explodes. That's my advice for you. Let me see if I can get Vlad's question here. Vlad, thank you, appreciate you. Or maybe I did answer this one, so Vlad, let's see here. Ask the owner of the Bucky to trade for CMC, now asking the same owner for Henderson straight up. Yes, you take Henderson straight up over Christian McCaffrey. Is that the one? Okay, yes. And then, or maybe I can get Jonathan Taylor for CMC. Okay, so I think I got you taken care of now, Vlad. But yes, I would definitely take Henderson over CMC for sure. And then Edgar says, I missed the super chat. Edgar, oh no, Edgar's just putting. Edgar, you use question mark emojis as if I missed your super chat, so I'm not answering your question because you're faking it. I don't think Edgar asked a super chat. Let me just see. Not that you have to ask a super chat to get an answer, but I said specifically put those red question marks if I missed your super chat, and Edgar put them in his to try and get me to answer his question, but he didn't super chat. So Edgar, you're not getting your question answered. Would you do Garrett Wilson for Ibuka or Hunter straight up? I would take either one. I know it sounds crazy, but and probably would take Hunter at. Damn, I don't know. That's crazy. It's crazy because honestly, who am I starting this week? Hunter or Ibuka? I'm literally swaying back and forth. I think I've said Ibuka earlier on an earlier show. I might even said Ibuka on this show, and then I want Hunter. But then when you ask me who I want long term, like on the year long term, not dynasty, but just through the season, I almost want to say Hunter. I don't know. I want both of them, bro. Garrett Wilson, you can almost get a little more for him right now than you might even get at it coming out of week 1. Imagine if Garrett Wilson in a tough matchup lays an egg. Look at how freaked out people are over Hampton right now, or Lab McConkey, which are total misrepresentations of their value, by the way. Yeah, I do like Garrett Wilson though. Still, this is a blank $2 hauler from Samir. Samir, thank you for the super chat. All right, let me go back over to the phone line here. We've got 925. You're live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, what up, Schmidt? It's Fire. Called yesterday. You know the name. But
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Got a quick question, bro. Yeah, so I just thought of this now. I have never thought of this once until I just saw you go live with Hunter. But it's like I started CD and my wide receiver 1, great. And I've got Buka as my 2. And I've got Hampton, Handy, and Harvey, and Hunter. So I'm wondering, bro, is it crazy? Is this crazy, bro, to possibly sit and Henderson and Travion? I don't know.
Spit it out, Fire. Spit it out.
Brother, thank you. So are we sitting Buka for Hunter and start Harvey? What do you think
I don't know
of
where
that?
I don't know
got
where
Handy
we
also.
I don't know where we got to this whole elaborate explanation of that question though. All right, say it again. Say it again, Hunter.
Okay, yeah. Yes, sir. Hunter and Harvey. We starting him over Buka. I'm talking about Travis Hunter. So
let's just rank
them. Should I sit Buka tomorrow?
More simple than anything. Okay, so let's simplify this question.
Okay.
Hunter, Harvey, Buka. Who do I like? I mean, I'm going back and forth on this one. You know, I just said that.
Yeah.
Like Hunter and Buka, I'm back and forth. Harvey's a much riskier play because he's technically speaking not starting, but I think he's going to get fed. I think he's going to look great. I think he's going to be a great play. But you're forced to make one decision here. Buka's going to get a tremendous amount of targets. He's going to be amazing. I love him. Hunter's going to play 100% wide receiver. He's a weapon. He's one of the most talented players to ever come out of college. These are 2 amazing plays. I love both of them. Honestly, if I had 2 leagues side by side, I would start Buka in one. I'd start Hunter in the other. I don't really have a good answer here. I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't waiver every single time I'm asked the question. Part of me wants to say Hunter right now. Just right now. But, bro, we've been on the Buka train all month long, all year long. But I'm just being
I know.
We've been saying Buka over big names for probably 2 months now. Not in terms of trading for him, just in terms of starting questions. We've obviously been on this before anybody. Nobody's been talking Buka like this channel since January. But I get a sense that Hunter is going to get used in an amazing fashion. I don't know, bro. Final answer. Buka's the safest on this board. Hunter's higher risk. You could have a disappointing game, but he probably has a little bit more upside. So you got to kind of pick. Do you need safety or do you want high risk, high reward?
Copy that. Okay. I appreciate it, man. Just real quick, I got MHJ and JSN in my other league, but I have Hunter and Buka on the bench as well. You like that?
What's the question? Say it again.
Yes, sir. Would you go Buka and Hunter over MHJ and JSN?
Let's just do it simple again, because for some reason the way you're asking the questions is confusing. So Buka, Hunter, MHJ, and who? Who was the other one?
JSN.
Okay, so let me just rank them. That's the easiest way to do it.
Thank you.
They're all, bro. How do you even decide this? I don't know.
That's why I'm calling you. That's why I'm calling my boy. No, I don't. I know.
I mean, I would say. The safe move is you drafted him. You drafted MHJ and you drafted JSN where you did. Like Travis said this the other night. Like these guys were drafted where they're drafted for a reason. However, and like I countered with that comment with, I believe that the majority of what that signifies is correct. But then you say to yourself, well, technically speaking, if I had to draft these other guys higher, I would. But because I don't have to, I'm getting away with something. I'm getting away with highway robbery. But it doesn't mean I like them less than the guys I am forced to draft higher. So I probably would say if you're starting 3 of these guys, you're starting 3.
Well, I got Chase Brown. Chase Brown in the flex, bro. So I can't.
Well, yes.
Chase.
So you're starting 2. So you need to start 2.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Can you make a trade?
I know, right? I don't want to get rid of my Smitty, like all my Smitty talent, bro. But JSN and MHJ, I might upgrade, you know?
I don't know what you're going to do all year with this question. This is an impossible question.
Okay.
Chat,
well, I'm
chat.
glad we're on the same page.
Yeah, no, I mean, chat. Can we vote on this? Who are the 2 players you're playing out of this combo of 4? Buka, Hunter, MHJ, JSN. Logic tells you to play the 2 guys that you're drafting higher, but I mean, Hunter, if we were drafting, let's just put it this way. If we're drafting after week 1's over and we swing back in and it's week 2, we're walking into week 2, are we maybe drafting Buka and Hunter higher than JSN and MHJ? It's certainly possible. These are 2 rookies. I believe JSN is probably the safest, so maybe you lock JSN in, and then you're literally trying to ask yourself, do you go with MHJ? You're worried about Kyler. The matchup is great against the Saints, though. Do you go with Travis Hunter, who's supposed to debut as this weapon, and the Jaguars have vested interest in showing they made the right selection? And then we got this near like BTJ neighbor's talent, physical specimen in Buka that we think is going to show the world we've been right all offseason long. Chad is saying JSN and MHJ, JSN. There's so much JSN, I'm going to say lock him in based on all the chat. But damn, man. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Travis, you were going to say something?
Oh, no, I think if I did it, I'd probably go MHJ and JSN just because they're the wide receiver ones on their team. You know, but I'm going to get it wrong.
Yeah.
At least one of them. You know?
All right. Well, I appreciate that, boys. I'll probably go MHJ, JSN.
Go with your gut. You know, if you have a strong feeling, I tell this to people all the time. People go against their gut and then they're upset. But if you go with your gut, you only have yourself to blame. You know, if that's kind of a negative way to look at it.
Yeah, if
you're not going to regret it.
I'm leaning right now. Like here's the way I'm looking at it, and Travis is right. You're gonna be pissed off at me if you choose what I'm saying right here and not going off your gut. But I think that if MHJ goes out there and has a game and he's on my bench, I'm mad. I think if Hunter goes out there or Buka and has a game, I'm pissed on my bench. I'm mad about MHJ being on my bench having a good game, but I'm beyond upset to where I probably don't sleep much that night with Buka or Hunter going crazy on my bench. Because I want to be historically right on it, and I also want to be a part of every step of it. I want to have the Hunter points every week, the entire season. Not I'm the guy that has him, but I didn't use him week 1. So this is one of those things where, bro, I'm getting on the lines and I'm trying to make trades, upgrading my running back. You know, even if it's upgrading Chase Brown into Bajan or Gibbs, whatever you got to do, I would not stop until the morning strikes 1 p.m. and the games kick off, where I'm sitting on all this talent. So this is kind of on you, bro. You sit on this talent. You sit on this talent too long, you're gonna get burned in week 1, one way or another. So you know the depth is nice, but you're gonna struggle with this every single week. And you're gonna call. You're gonna call that.
Might get you. Chase Brown and JSN might get you close to a Bijan or a Gibbs.
Yeah, go get Genty. Go get Genty.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll keep that in mind. All right, boys. Thank you, Trav. Thank you, Schmidt. Love you.
Yeah, man. I was just kind of messing with you, by the way, bro. I'm not mad at you. when you were asking the question, and I'm like, what are you saying? I appreciate you, bro.
Oh no, I love you, bro. Trust me, man. Hey, all good. Thank you, Trav. I'll look for you in the chat, brother.
Somebody said I was being feisty with you, and so I just want to make sure you knew that.
Bro, I know how you get down. I love you, brother. Thank you, man.
Later. Smitty getting feisty with him. I just, the way he was saying it, he's like, okay, hear it out. There's crazy thing. Tell me if I'm crazy. I just thought of this idea. Like it came to me last night. Who do I start? I'm like, what, bro, your question is no different than anybody else's. He's like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh my God, Smitty, you just spurred up an idea. Do I start Buka or Hunter? I just kind of had a feisty response to that. But like, bro, just give me the 4 names. Let's rank them. I don't know. This is a tough question. He's got to make a trade. This is on you. It's your own fault. if you don't make a trade and get Genty, get Bijan, get Gibbs, get Jamar Chase, whatever, it's your own fault because you're sitting on a gold mine right now. And it might still be there. You can cash in next week, but you might screw it up this week by not cashing in on that. I mean, you got so much value. All right, let me circle around and then I'm out of here and be back here right before midnight Eastern. Rock out. Final thoughts.
Can I give you a couple more options on my roster instead of Ingram and Ridley?
Yes.
Not crazy good, but I got Bateman, Mims, and Pop Douglas, or Bigsby if you rather have them.
Bigsby's intriguing.
Bigsby, and then Mims, and then Pop Douglas and Bateman.
I like Mims and Pop, but I don't know that I'd be starting them over these guys. But Ridley's tough because the matchup is horrible. But how do you sit him? Ingram, he's a tight end, but he's a joker tight end, and he's a slot wide receiver, technically speaking. He just plays in the tight end position. But I think Bigsby would be the only one that I'd be intrigued by. But he is sharing the number one role, so it's hard to know. But I do like him a lot. I just think you could be burned by it. It's certainly possible you get burned.
Or maybe just trust the talent of the upgrade quarterback. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Ward.
It's a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I had an answer for you. Chat, can we do one more vote for him? Ingram, Ridley, Bigsby, Mims, Pop Douglas. Please give one. Ingram, Ridley. What, Travis?
I'd probably go Ingram. While we know he's healthy.
Yeah.
Ingram,
Ingram is the safest, but Bigsby's intriguing. He's kind of the high risk, high reward play. Like, could he have two touchdowns? Could he have 2 touchdowns or something like that's possible? Only choose one. I got one Bigsby vote. We got one Ingram vote. One Pop Douglas vote. Ingram vote.
Another thing with these decisions, and I know it's digging a little deep, but is if you have multiple guys that play at 4 o'clock or 8 o'clock or Monday, you can wait and see where you're at in your matchup. And if you have to take a big swing, take it, or you play the safe guy. That's might confuse some people. But.
Ridley might get completely shut down in this game, though. Like, you gotta understand that.
Yeah.
But
he's moving around.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they could move him around. Hard to say. All right, rock out. See you tonight, pal. We'll be live before midnight Eastern.
All right, cool.
Later. Travis, anything else?
Nope. I'll talk to you later.
All right, midnight Eastern. We'll be live before midnight Eastern. Let me get these super chats out of the way. Yeah, sitting Ridley's a risky proposition for sure, but also is starting him. Ideal 6-man Q wide receiver lineup on Sunday slate. That's hard, bro. That's hard to say, D-Rod, in a quick off the cuff. Hit me with it tonight, D-Rod. That's a real long question to do in a little super chat, because I'd have to pull up the app. We'd have to dig through it, and that'd be like 15 minutes. But ask me tonight, and when we're going through a draft or two, we'll talk about it. So remind me, and we'll talk about what the ideal lineup would be. It's a good question. Drop Mims or Horton for Tesla. I'd probably drop Horton in a redraft for Tesla, but I love all those guys, by the way. And in Dynasty, I love Horton. And in redraft, I like him. Just maybe, you're waiting on it. 10-team regular rate: Lamar, Henry, Jacob, Swift, DK, Pearsall, Ingram, Kittle. Like the squad a lot. Why are people so low on Swift? Because Ben Johnson's running DJ Moore as a running back in practice. And he's the one that helped trade away Swift when he was in Detroit. So I don't know that reason. And he's been injury prone his whole career up until the last year and a half. But I mean, still, you got to worry about it. Definitely think there's some intrigue, but I don't know. He's definitely got some upside, but he's got a lot of risk as well. And at 10 team, this is pretty good. Henry and Jacobs are 2 players I've been avoiding, though, so you're not going to get like a 10 or a 9 out of me. but you have them both. That's probably where I'm like kind of, I like them. I think it's potentially a really good team, but right now I don't think your receivers are elite. So if it were me, I would try and trade like Henry or Jacobs into 2 players. Hampton just lost a lot of value, and it's not correct. He's great. So go get a elite wide receiver with Henry with like Hampton, or go get Harvey and an elite wide receiver. I mean, we're talking about BTJ type level player, London. Trade Henry for, if you're going to go down to like, let's say a Hunter, you could maybe get a Kyron, or you could get something like that. So I'm going to try and do that. Jacobs, I don't necessarily need to trade. I would personally trade Swift, but I don't think anybody, like you just said it, why is everybody low on him? Nobody really likes his value. Look, you might be a Niner fan. You got a lot of Niners. I would trade with this team. I would be contemplating trading Kittle for Tyler Warren to get that upgrade from Pearsall, or from DK, or from Swift, or from Jacobs, and get that, sleeper tight end into that spot, and trade that value to upgrade. That's how I would turn this team into like a 8.5 to 9.0 if it were me. Let me see if I can get these super chats out real quickly, and then we'll be back tonight. Everybody, appreciate you. Have Igbuka, but I can't play. My wide receivers are Evans, Neighbors, and my running backs are Gibbs, Bucky, and my flex is HN. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, you could play Igbuka over Evans and just trade Evans or something, but I do think Igbuka will outplay Evans on the year. I just don't know if it will be in week 1. So I can understand, not wanting to make that trade. $10 hauler. Hey, Smitty, how do you handle people that consistently propose lopsided trades? Leave them up and don't ever reject them. And then that pisses them off. Or post their stupid trades in the league chat and just put like here's the worst one I've seen, and just make them, and then they'll be mad that you did that. But and then let's see here. One offered Jaden Higgins for Rice. Yeah, just post it and put like a laughing emoji and say, is this the worst one you guys have ever seen? I don't know. That's crazy, man. Or you just counter back like their best player for your kicker, and then that makes it real clear that they just sent a stupid offer to you. Rate my team. QBs are Prescott, Goff, HN, Chase Brown, Benson, Stevenson, Lamb, Hill, Flowers. Like the team. I'm trading Hill and maybe Benson when Benson gains some value, or Hill straight up for a Harvey or Hunter right now, personally. Past that, I like the squad. I'm not really doing too much with it. Maybe you trade in Njoku or Ingram if they have a big game, and just kind of use that with Flowers or use that with Hill to upgrade somewhere. Don't trade HN or Chase Brown. Past that, that team's pretty good. One move away maybe from being like an 8.0, but it's still pretty close already. And the move could just be waiting on your team, and somebody from the bench pops up. T. Higgins, Swift, and Jacobs, CD, and Herbert. T. Higgins, Swift for Jacobs, CD, and Herbert. I'm sorry, I'm on raw T. Higgins and Swift. I would take the Jacobs CD side by a country mile, but then I do try and flip Jacobs. Great team. Great trade. Great job. That would be a difference maker of a move for you. 12-team May, Penix, Fields, Bajan, Bucky, Hendy, Sharbs, Ollie, London, Rice, JMO. Need some trade ideas. Not sure who to target. I like the squad. The quarterbacks, I'm probably starting Penix, but May is maybe safer, but I start Penix Jr. Bajan and Bucky and Hendy are fantastic. Maybe Ollie and Sharbs get you something later, but I don't even know that you necessarily need it, because London, JMO, Buka is nice with Rice, ready to swing into action at some point and become a top 5 wide receiver. Love Warren. Can't trade Likely. He's a good bench player anyway. This is a really good squad. I would say stand down. It's like an 8.0. Unless you can move, let's say, London, JMO, and Buka right now is fantastic, and then Rice coming back. Maybe when Rice comes back, you're moving JMO or something. But I don't know that I'm really moving Sharbs unless you go to the Walker owner, dangle Sharbs over their head, and see if they'll give you an upgrade from JMO. That would be the only thing I can think of right now, because I don't want to trade London. I don't want to trade Buka. Don't want to trade those running backs. Maybe get a quarterback upgrade if it's even possible, like a Mahomes or a QB like that. Knicks maybe, but I don't even know if that's enough. I'd rather just hold on to Sharps, and I trust Penix Jr. enough. But a quarterback upgrade or a JMO, and I like JMO, so make sure it's truly an upgrade. Using Sharps, or you just make that Walker owner wish they did it later, and you charge 2 times as much later, or you just hold Sharps and put them in your lineup at some point or whatever. That's it. We'll be back at midnight Eastern. Guys, we're going to draft tonight. And if you play 5, you get $50 in bonus credit and bonus cash in your account on Underdog. So hit this link right now. We'll be drafting tonight, week 1 contests. You don't want to hit this link later. You want to hit it now, or you're not going to get in the draft with us. So I'm going to pin that link in the live chat right now. Make sure you click it now. Underdog, promo code Smitty. Again, the link just got dropped. It just got pinned. It's in the description of the video. Code Smitty also does the same thing. If you download the app and it says, how did you hear about us? The link just inserts that Smitty in there on that screen for you when you're going through the sign-up process. It's really, really quickly. And then on top of not only drafting tonight, we're going to go over the best hires that you'll want to hit on Underdog using code Smitty. That link, go click it now. Be ready, because we're going to go through a lot of the hires. We'll make a couple contests together. We'll do a $5 8-player contest. It'll pay probably like $900, $500, $600. Usually those 8-player contests can pay, depending on the multipliers that you select. So we'll build a contest tonight. So be sure to hit that link now and sign up so you're not waiting. And then we'll be sure to do some pick'ems and such tonight. So I'll see you guys all tonight. Appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget HHH and Associates to the motherfucking moon.
Call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
See you all tonight. Appreciate you. We'll be live before midnight. Don't be late.
Mr. London, what seems to be the problem?
I've been a little off. Can't seem to get things going, if you know what I mean.
I think I have just the thing for you, Mr. London.
So just to set up the buy low, sell high stuff, if I had to get an early jump on week 2's content for this, it's going to be Hampton. It's going to be one of the most wanted. This will be how the buy low, sell high content will be this year. It's going to be completely lit. You're going to find no other channel doing what we're doing. So right now, if I had to guess, this is going to be the buy low players. I don't know if Gordon will be or not yet, but these will be the buy low players as of this moment walking into week number 2. So as of now, this is the feel based on the games that have occurred so far.
Wanted.
Doing it live. We changed this week 1 to week 2. So this is the preemptive board that we'll be tweaking as we go. Hunter can't make this list because he's probably going to ball out and you won't be able to buy him low. Right now, based on what's happened so far, Ladd, Hampton, and Lamb buy lows. Week 2.
Wanted. The top most wanted outlawed. Wanted. The top most wanted outlaws are on the run. These outlaws are on the run. Wanted. The top most wanted
Can I just ask you one thing? Can we do karate in the garage?
Cause they're wanted, dead or alive.
See you all at midnight Eastern. I'll be live right before midnight. Don't be late. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Every single Monday through Friday. Live whenever big news breaks, and live almost every single midnight Eastern. We'll be live tonight, midnight Eastern. See you then. Peace out.